And now, it's BoomerLife, lifestyle discussion designed to make your life more engaging, meaningful, and complete. Celebrating the baby boomer generation, this is BoomerLife on CIL 650.
Listen to the falling rain, telling me just what a fool I've been.
Welcome to BoomerLife on CIL 650. I'm George Gordon, and today we're talking about the latest innovations in hearing with NexGen Hearing. We're going to be talking about the inner workings of the ear from our expert perspective, and we'll offer real solutions for those who suffer hearing loss. Joining us in studio from NexGen Hearing, registered audiologist Dr. Ted Venema. Good morning.
Good morning to you.
And we are very pleased to have on the line Mark Hambley, the President and Director of Operations of NexGen Hearing. Good morning, Mark.
Good morning, George, and thanks for having me.
All right. Now, before we get to the big news that you have for us this morning, tell us about NexGen. It is something that has become a passion for you. And what is it about the hearing category that drives you to lead companies like this?
Well, you know, it's been really the opportunity of improving the quality of people's lives through better hearing. And I believe it's best conveyed in our mission statement, and that is really to deliver with passion an exceptional client experience that meets their hearing and communication needs by providing superior products, services, and value with care and integrity.
I would say in this day of the boomer who is getting a little older as each year goes by and maybe more in need of your service, that the exploration, the development of what you're doing has got to be critical as the years go by.
Oh, absolutely. If we look at the demographics today and you know, the baby boomer bubble, there's going to be more and more people that acquire hearing loss over time, and we're living longer, so you're just going to see that. I think the public awareness of the importance of early identification and treatment of hearing loss, particularly with some of the studies out now that show that there is a direct link or association of hearing loss and cognitive decline, like dementia or Alzheimer's. I think it's really going to bring the public their awareness level too much higher.
Mark, it is so important that people do get early detection. It's pretty hard to lead them sometimes, and NexGen has a remarkable offer that makes it so easy. Perhaps you'd like to talk about that.
I sure would, because it's the only offer of its kind in this industry, and that is, I think you're referring to our 90-day trial with no money down for the first 21 days. And it's really, we call it's a free 21-day introductory hearing aid listening experience we call our Better Hearing Challenge. And it really allows the individual to take our inventory out without putting any money down, or we don't take a credit card imprint of any kind. They simply walk out with our inventory, and they can try a hearing aid in their own lifestyle for 21 days. And at the end of that 21 days, they come in, and if they're happy with it, they purchase it. But we then give them another 69 days to continue to try it. And at the end of that 69 or total 90-day experience, if they're not completely satisfied with their hearing aids, they can return them for a full refund. And it's you just don't see that almost in any industry. You can't simply drive a car off a lot without putting some kind of a deposit or purchasing the car before taking it away. So we do this really to really get rid of the difficulty people have or the stigma of really trying a hearing aid. We really like to encourage them and make it as easy as possible for people to come into any one of our clinics, try something, take it home, and then really base their decision on their own experience and not something that their doctor or a friend or even their clinician says will help them. We like to ensure that they get that experience for themselves and make that decision based on the benefits they get.
And experience is more than just, it's comfortable, and yes, I can hear a little bit better. You have to go through the what are the sounds like in the home, in the car, at work. So many aspects to that new level of hearing that it's really important that they have this chance to try it out.
Oh, absolutely. And the difficulty is that people lose their hearing over extended period of time. We're talking years, 10, 20, 30 years. It's so insidious. It just happens so gradually that people get used to not hearing, and suddenly you introduce hearing at a much closer to normal level, and it takes a while for the brain to adapt to listening to all these new sounds. So they need that time. They need that trial period to assist in the process. And I should say that during that 90-day trial period, we see them on a regular basis. So we bring them in for reprogramming if necessary, any adjustments to the hearing aid. And there's a fair amount of counseling that goes into adapting and adjusting to amplification.
One of the things that I hear about NexGen that people really like is that when you walk through the doors, and you really have to capture some people pretty quickly because they might be tentative about what they're doing, but you really meet the people right away and start helping them, which a lot of people could take a lesson from what you do.
Oh, no, I appreciate that, George, and absolutely. We're very customer-centric. I think it's really conveyed in our promise guarantee. For example, our staff is trained to greet our clients within 1 minute of entry into our clinics, and also our repairs, they're returned on time or they're free. So we'll give them a date that the hearing aid repair will be due back, and if we don't get it back on that date, we'll give it to them free. Also, our clients are seeing within 10 minutes of their scheduled appointment, or we give them lunch on us, and we also answer our telephone in 3 rings or sooner. And these are just behaviors that sort of reflect our commitment and our passion for delivering exceptional customer care.
Well, it's pretty clear to see why NexGen has grown so rapidly and gained so many friends as clients and people who come through the door, and that leads us to our next topic, and that's a big announcement for NexGen, and I guess a growth, an amalgamation, certainly a big announcement. Tell us about that, Mark.
Yes, it is. It's a pretty exciting time for us. We've been operating as 2 groups of clinics, one named Mainland Hearing and the other one NexGen Hearing. And we're now amalgamating those 2 brands to one new brand known as NexGen Hearing. So for everybody in the mainland, you'll see April 1st the signage change, and you'll see some changes in the interior of our clinic. So you'll see new signage saying NexGen Hearing, formerly Mainland Hearing. And it's important to note that really it's just a name change from Mainland Hearing to NexGen Hearing. Our staff and our service policies will all remain the same, so it's the same great people with the same great service. And what we're doing here is the whole purpose of this is to amalgamate the clinics so we have one brand throughout the province, which now is 39 clinics, with more to come soon. We're opening a new clinic in Victoria and 5 new clinics in the Lower Mainland, and this allows us to unify the brand under NexGen Hearing, which will give our clients a number of benefits. One is really a consistent level of professional service from clinic to clinic throughout the province, and then there's ease of access for our traveling clients. Some of them like to go up to the interior in the summertime, and they can go to our clinics in Kelowna or West Kelowna, Vernon or Penticton or Armstrong, and get the same great service they did either on the island or in the Lower Mainland. Also, it means their warranty is honored at all of the 38 clinics if they do happen to travel and to go into any of our BC clinics. We also have unified our website. It's now NexGen Hearing, so if you type in Mainland Hearing, that'll take you to the NexGen website with all the new our mainland locations that are now included in the NexGen website. We have our online hearing tests and virtual hearing consultation. We're the only one in Canada, as far as we know, but certainly in BC, that allows our customers to call our offices virtually, and we can counsel our patients online from the comfort of their homes. It saves them driving into the city and fighting that traffic, paying for parking. So that's a great service, and we're the only ones that offer that. We've just now, which is brand new, we've just implemented this in our in the last week, is our 24-hour live chat line, so that if you go on our website and you have a question, you'll get a live person. If you have questions, you can go on the chat line and they'll answer that, and they can book an appointment for you or arrange to have someone call you back if it's after hours to answer your questions or book an appointment to see you. Also, we have a resource with sort of the latest informative videos on some of the recent scientific advances on hearing loss and hearing aid technologies on our website. And soon we'll be setting up an online shopping cart so people can actually make purchase of batteries and various ancillary devices, hearing-assistive devices on our website as well. So we're pretty excited about it. It's a great expansion of our services, and we think is really going to enhance and facilitate much better delivery of services throughout the province.
Mark, these are exciting times. We really appreciate you joining us this morning. Mark Hambley is the President and Director of Operations for NexGen Hearing.
That's great, George. Thanks for the opportunity of speaking.
We'll talk again soon.
Very good. Bye-bye now.
All right, you're listening to Boomer Life on CIL 650. George Gordon in studio with Dr. Ted Venema, the audiologist with NexGen Hearing. And Ted, before we get to the topic of hearing loss, why not give us a little bit of your background?
Oh, I'm an audiologist. I trained over at Western Washington University in Bellingham, Washington, and an audiologist in Canada has a master's degree in this field, and that's what I did, and then studied further at the University of Oklahoma, where I got my post-hole digger degree. And so now I do a lot of teaching, and I do a lot of consulting work along with NexGen, and I'm proud to be working with NexGen. I think they're a top-notch customer-focused company, and that's really, I think, what the explaining hearing loss is really what it's all about, because people can't see hearing loss. It's invisible, and people believe what they see. People know lots about vision, but not about hearing loss, and so much a good explanation is what the customer is hungering for, I find.
All right, we're going to talk about things like the trouble with treble and presbycusis. Did I get that right?
Presbycusis, yeah.
It might sound a little mystical, but I can tell you what, it will explain a lot about why you may have a problem and what can be done about it. More coming up on Boomer Life with Dr. Ted Venema here on CIL 650.
Canada's only weekly radio show dedicated to the baby boomer lifestyle. This is Boomer Life on CIL 650.